house with an unsecured gun. The father, the gun owner, he stored his 3 guns and bullets in a shoebox. That has to be the most horrific experience that a human could ever have.
Ace Country Radio. Reach a larger audience all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as far north as Fernley in Fallon, Nevada. Call 775-727-9400.
This season, protect yourself and all the things you care about. Get the COVID-19 vaccine and get on with life.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here is what's happening. One of the suspects involved in the murder of Joseph Perry appeared in court today. Anthony Aguilar is now being held without bail. Let's take a look at the details.
On July 8th, Anthony Aguilar surrendered himself to the Nye County Sheriff's Office for the alleged murder of 22-year-old Joseph Perry during the Movies in the Park event that occurred on Saturday, July 5th. In the original report, the Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies said there was 4 suspects. Both Brandon Port and Fabian Ferrente have been ruled out as suspects. On Monday, July 7th, suspect Carlos Blakely surrendered himself to Las Vegas Metro. Blakely will appear in Las Vegas Justice Court tomorrow morning. During Anthony Aguilar's court appearance, the Honorable Justice Court Judge Kurt Vito said that there will be no bail set for this case. Prosecutors added that this will be an ongoing case, possibly a first-degree murder case. Prosecutors also stated that bullet holes and shell casings discovered were consistent with ammunition found in Aguilar's residence. Aguilar's next court appearance is scheduled for Tuesday, July 15th at 9 a.m. in Pahrump Justice Court, Department A.
More news now. A fatal accident occurred earlier this week on Highway 160. The driver was arrested on scene for a possible DUI, and News 25 has this story.
A 61-year-old Pahrump woman was killed on Monday night, July 7th, after being struck by a vehicle on Highway 160 just south of Country Place Road. The crash happened around 9:29 p.m. according to Nevada State Police Highway Patrol. Investigators say that a tan 1997 Toyota Camry was heading southbound on Highway 160 when they struck the pedestrian entering the roadway. The driver reportedly tried to swerve but was unable to avoid the collision. The vehicle eventually came to a stop in the west dirt shoulder. The pedestrian was identified as Terry Lynn Hicks and was pronounced dead at the scene. Troopers arrested the driver, identified as Pedro Lopez Garcia of Washington, on suspicion of driving under the influence. According to the arrest report, Garcia admitted to consuming alcohol about 6 hours before the crash. Troopers observed signs of intoxication, including glassy bloodshot eyes and the smell of alcohol. Following a field sobriety test, Garcia was taken into custody and booked into the Nye County Detention Center for a DUI. Authorities later confirmed that Garcia had a previous DUI conviction and the charge was upgraded from a first to a second-degree offense. The Nevada Highway Patrol's Traffic Homicide Unit continues this investigation on this crash. So far this year, the Nevada Highway Patrol Southern Command has investigated 35 fatal crashes, resulting in 36 deaths.
And Nevada Task Force 1 is now heading to Texas to assist in the search and rescue efforts. Team leader Matthew Gordon and Deputy Chief Brian O'Neill with the Clark County Fire Department spoke during a press briefing describing what they are to expect during the search.
Nevada Task Force 1 is now on the move, heading to Texas to support the ongoing search and rescue efforts in Kerr County. The 47-member team is made up of emergency responders from multiple Las Vegas jurisdictions and agencies. They are expected to arrive in San Antonio by tonight, Wednesday evening.
We're not 100% sure where we're going to end up. Our initial reporting location is to a staging area in San Antonio, so we will arrive there by tomorrow evening. And then we'll check in with the leadership in San Antonio and find out what area they're going to assign us to go working. Well, we've seen the same images on the news I think that all of you guys have seen. There's a wide area of devastation. We've been told today that they're looking at a 60-mile stretch of area that needs to be searched. And when we get there, we're going to find structures that have been destroyed, a lot of debris, things that get caught up in the flow of the water, uprooted trees, vehicles, signs, anything that you can imagine, things that once existed inside people's homes and businesses are now scattered throughout the landscape. And so we'll be dealing with that as we try to safely work our way through and, looking for damage to buildings and what we can do to help in those areas, search and rescue of any victims, and then unfortunately body recovery will probably be a part of what we end up doing as well. To the family members that are at home watching this on TV, we take the health and safety of your loved ones in the highest regard, and I will do everything within my power and the power of the USAR system and the rest of the teammates behind me here to make sure that everyone comes back in the same condition that they left. We know we're going out there to potentially get into some dangerous situations. We're trained and prepared for it, and we'll be on the lookout to make sure everybody gets home safe.
We have some idea of what to expect. We know that there is about 60 miles of debris from where this river surged and has left debris all over the riverbanks, and so we're expecting to have a significant amount of effort sifting through that debris and making sure that before the area is cleaned up that we've identified all the victims of this flooding. We do expect that they will be sifting through the debris manually using just search procedures. They are bringing both live find and human remains detection canines, and they are bringing all of their boats for water rescue. So if there's any change to the weather or if the situation on the ground changes, they are prepared for anything that they could be asked to do, which includes both finding victims, rescuing survivors, or performing additional rescues.
The convoy is making the journey to Texas, including pickup trucks, 18-wheelers, and support vehicles, each loaded with the gear and equipment needed for this mission.
Checking some other stories now. This coming Friday, a candlelight vigil will be held at Ian Deutsch Park to honor the life of Joseph Perry, the young man who was shot and killed on July 5th.
This Friday at 7 p.m., a candlelight vigil will be held at Ian Deutsch Park to honor the life of Joseph Perry, the young man who was tragically shot and killed on July 5th following a physical altercation at the park. Members of the Nye County Sheriff's Office will also be in attendance. Joseph Perry was born on October 8th, 2002, and was known for his kind heart and soft-spoken nature. According to his brother Curtis, Joey had a difficult upbringing and often felt like an outcast among his peers. He deeply admired two teachers, Miss Jen Shockley and Miss McCauley, whom he saw as a guiding light during some of his darkest times. Curtis shared these words about his brother. Joey wasn't perfect. He didn't claim to be, but he was always compassionate, loving, and would do anything for anyone he cared about. He would go out of his way to make someone smile, even on his worst day. Joseph will be dearly missed by his family, friends, and all who knew him. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help the family with funeral expenses. If you'd like to donate, please visit gofund.me/922F50B2.
Coming up, our reporter, Maria Centers, has the latest on what's happening in the nation's capital. You're watching News 25.
We love you, Pahrump. Thank you for making the Auto Plaza #1 in Nye County. We are incredibly grateful for your support and proud to be serving our community now for 20 years. Whether you're looking to replace or service your vehicle, consider this. We offer dozens of new GM models in cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus hundreds of the highest quality pre-owned vehicles for sale in Southern Nevada. Our all-star service team is here to keep your vehicle running in tip-top shape. The factory-trained and ASE-certified technicians here can work on most makes and models, and we carry the latest in diagnostic and preventative maintenance tools to get the job done. Visit PahrumPCars.com to check out our current selection of vehicles, schedule a service appointment, or even order factory accessories for your ride. Don't forget to stop by the Auto Plaza and get a free alignment check before you hit the open road, or visit PahrumPCars.com.
Got bills? Need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. If this is you, call Ed now, 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
Attorney Jonathan Nelson, don't you want to tell everyone about your awards?
That's right, Rhonda. J.K. Nelson Law has received Best Attorney of Pahrump for 6 years in a row. We've also been recognized by Best of Las Vegas. So if you have a legal need, stop by one of our 3 locations in Pahrump, Summerlin, or Southwest Las Vegas. Give us a call, 727-9900. And remember, when you need a lawyer,
you need Nelson.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering purpose and belonging well earned. Fighting and winning for our nation and its people. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment is visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis. Always faithful. Always Marine.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. It was a busy day in the nation's capital as U.S. President Donald J. Trump hosted a multinational African forum. Our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers now joins us with the story.
This morning, straight out of the White House, U.S. President Donald J. Trump hosted a multilateral luncheon with African presidents, prime ministers, and dignitaries that focused on diplomacy by way of peace through strength, sourcing natural minerals and resources, military matters, and other proactive transcontinental collaborations. Participating nations included Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal. Now let's hear from our global principals.
Last month, the U.S. Africa Business Summit had recorded an attendance record, actually, and generated $2.5 billion in new economic deals for the United States. My administration is committed to strengthening our friendships in Africa through economic development efforts that benefit both the United States and our partners. And we're shifting from AID to trade.
African journalist Hariana Veris's queries prompted answers from both continents.
I have one question for the African presidents and one question for President Trump. As you can see, Mr. President Trump, all the African presidents are very happy with your efforts to bring peace in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. My question to you is, today you are making history by receiving 5 African presidents and showing the interest of the United States to collaborate and to work close with the African nations. African continent is watching, African youth is watching, and this new approach that your administration is taking to deal with African nations, not only based on help, but in doing business that everybody can win, is really much appreciated for all the Africans. My question is, are you planning, Mr. President, in the future to travel to Africa to see firsthand all those countries in Africa, all those potential that those countries have. And for the African leaders, my question is, as you can see, President Trump is working to bring peace, not only in Africa, but also in the world. Are you all considering to nominate President Trump for a Nobel Prize Peace?
During today's address, international peace building was a main topic of discussion during the Multicultural Forum.
At some point, I would like to go to Africa, absolutely. We're going to see what the schedule is, but at some point, I would like to do that very much. Would you like to give a fast answer, please?
We are in favor of this dynamic for peace. We are very committed on peace. I am the first head of state who went to Russia and who went to Ukraine both since the start of the war. I held the presidency of ECOWAS, and I went to see Mr. Putin. We spoke for 4 hours, and then I went to Ukraine. I spent 12 hours on a train to speak to President Zelensky. But now the weight of President Trump is something else altogether. We are with you. We are behind you to see what we can do to help bring peace back. No one wins when there's war.
Today's luncheon was part of a 3-day mini-summit hosted by the president taking place this week. Reporting from Las Vegas and bumping it back over that hump to Pahrump, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.
Thank you very much, Maria. And in sports with Mikey Ruhan, well, Asia Wilson from the Las Vegas Aces has an injury. We're not sure if she will play tonight. Mikey has that and more.
It is time for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Las Vegas Aviators got demolished on Tuesday night, 11-4 by the El Paso Chihuahuas, rematched this evening at 5:35. The New York Liberty were victorious, 87-78 on Tuesday night, over the Las Vegas Aces, who lost their star Asia Wilson to a right wrist injury in the first half. Vegas Golden Knights general manager Kelly McCrimmon announced on Monday, July 8th, that the team has signed defenseman Lucas Cormier to a 1-year contract for the 2025-26 season. And for the first time in MLB history, a leadoff inside the park home run and a walk-off inside the park home run took place. Lawrence Butler from the Oakland, soon-to-be Las Vegas A's, had the leadoff inside the park home run, and Patrick Bailey from the San Francisco Giants had the walk-off inside the park home run.
Crazy is that Lawrence Butler wastes no time, swings at the first pitch. This one deep out to center field, and the berm. It's in play, and Lawrence heading to third. He's going to come home. Here's the throw. It's not going to be there in time. It is a home run. Lawrence Butler with an inside the Parker, and that's an exciting start for the Athletics, up 1-0.
First and third, one out. Patrick hits a high drive, deep right center field. This one is off the top of the wall, and it ricochets, and it's rolling on the warning track. 2 runs are in. Bailey coming around third. Patrick Bailey scores! It's an inside the park walk-off home run!
And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Coming up, where and how you can get updated on your vaccines. You're watching News 25.
In a wreck, need a check.
In a wreck?
Need a check.
In a wreck? Need a check.
Hurt in a wreck and need a check?
We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Struggling with opioid or alcohol use in rural Nevada? WestCare Nevada is here to help. Our rural opioid and alcohol recovery program, called ROAR, offers medication-assisted treatment and support services to help you take back control. Since 1973, we've helped people build healthier, brighter futures. Call 775-751-6990. Take the first step today.
America is great and Pahrump is awesome. We have room for our furry friends, and when it's time to care for them, we have the best feed store, Shadow Mountain Feed. Who did Siegfried and Roy call on when their dolphin quit eating? Shadow Mountain Feed. They developed a nutrition solution right in their store. From elephants to dogs and everything in between, they have what you need to feed, grow, and show your animals. They have everything except bread. Don't go there for bread. Shadow Mountain Feed, your one-stop care center for your best friends. At 2371 West Bell Vista, call 775-727-5527.
My dad is definitely my hero. He saved a lot of people.
What I love about serving my country is putting this uniform on every single day. This uniform reflects my solemn duty to protect America's freedoms, but that has meant giving up a lot at home. While I'm away fighting for my country, my family is left behind to fight loneliness, school and job changes, and tight budgets.
For over 160 years, the Armed Services YMCA has made it our duty to protect our service members and their families who have already sacrificed so much. We make sure military families have support, emergency help, food, and much more.
The Armed Services YMCA has helped me and my family through a lot of tough times. They've changed my life. Today I'm a better husband, father, and soldier.
Their duty is to our country. Our duty is to make sure no military family is left behind. Learn more at asymca.org.
To sit with a dog on a glorious day is like heaven. When the right dog finds the right human, it's as if it always was and always will be. They protect each other, love each other, teach each other. More importantly, they never let the other down.
Hurt in a wreck? The insurance company is going to offer you a little check. We turn low offers into big checks.
Hurt in a wreck? You need a real check? Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. There will be several vaccine events this month. News 25 has the details.
There are 4 upcoming vaccine events scheduled throughout July. Beatty, July 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tonopah, July 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pahrump, July 23rd and the 29th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And Amargosa, July 30th, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. These clinics are for individuals who qualify for the Vaccines for Children program, including Medicaid recipients, uninsured individuals, American Indian, or Alaskan Native children. For uninsured participants, a fee of $22.57 per shot applies. You may be eligible for a discount. All clients must bring proof of household income. If you have private insurance, please contact the community health nurse at 775-751-7070 in advance, and they may be able to accommodate.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam looking outside from the KPVM television studios here in Pahrump in a windy tree. Winds of change? Not really. We are continuing with the very hot temperatures. Your complete forecast is up in a bit.
It's Employee Pricing Plus going on now at Saida Trudeau, your original hometown dealer, all month long. You heard me right. You pay what we pay. Come in today and start your summer with employee pricing on a new 2024 Ram Heavy Duty. Or how about employee pricing plus on a new 2024 ProMaster with an extra $2,000 in rebates? Maybe you're into adventure. Hit the trails in a new 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xe at employee price and get an extra $4,500 in rebates. Been thinking about a new 2024 Jeep Wagoneer? Get employee pricing and $3,000 to $11,000 extra in rebates. Wow! Considering a commuter vehicle? What about the brand new 2025 Dodge Hornet Ice? At EP Pricing, you can't go wrong. Save on those and more all month long at Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, your original hometown dealer.
Valley Electric's budget billing can help you keep your monthly electric bill predictable. Instead of paying different amounts each month based on how much energy you use, budget billing averages your usage, and you're billed on a rolling 12-month average. So instead of big jumps from season to season, your bill stays steady with only minor changes. Signing up is easy. If you've lived at your current address for at least 12 months and are on a traditional billing plan, you're eligible. Call us at 775-727-5312 or visit us at vea.coop.
I've always wanted a big family, but one moment can change your whole entire life.
I went to the doctor and was told I had stage 3 cancer and I would most likely never carry another baby. Right before I was about to start chemotherapy, I was told about a new clinical trial funded by Stand Up to Cancer that used immunotherapy. And after my 9th treatment,
my tumor had completely disappeared.
Because of this trial, I was able to welcome a beautiful baby girl and watch my family grow. Help push cancer research further at standuptocancer.org/cures.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Rory Rosell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. And taking a look at Nevada right now, up in northern Nevada, Fernley seeing 92 degrees, Fallon is seeing 95, 86 in Carson City, Tonopah is looking at 93, Goldfield is at 94, Beatty's 10 degrees higher at 104, Amargosa and Las Vegas are both sitting at 110, and Death Valley is at 121. But here in the beautiful paradise of Pahrump, it's currently the high 106. The wind was blowing south-southwest at 15 miles per hour, humidity 12%, and the sun rose this morning at 5:24 and is setting tonight at 8:03 p.m. The humidity raises up to 12%, and the wind continues to blow east-southeast at 16 miles per hour. The low tonight's going to be 75 degrees, which sounds pretty nice. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Tomorrow and Friday, we are seeing 107 degrees, 106 on Saturday, 108 on Sunday and Monday, down to 106 on Tuesday, and all the way down to 104 on Wednesday, which isn't very low, but we are seeing all triple digits for the next 7 days. Make sure to stay hydrated. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you, Miss Rosell. That's right. Stay hydrated, stay cool, and these temperatures are no joke. In fact, we ordered some little doggy shoes, little doggy boots for our little pup. And, well, that just ain't cutting it. We have to pick them up and carry them outside. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight at News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.
After I had my accident, people told me I needed to slow down. I told them, I don't know how. I'm not only doing the things I used to do, I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. For the first time in a while, I can see all the colors in my life. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
Because with the help of my VA care team, I'm reaching new heights.